Why can't he do it now? Sorry, I'm listening to somebody right now on TikTok. You got the super accent. All right, so I'm having a little bit of issues with this TikTok thing, but I'm gonna try and keep testing it. I'll do it live. Yeah, let me just add that in the description real quick. Having a bit of issues with internet connectivity and the emulator, so bear with me, but we can get this done. We can go in for like 2-3 hours, I suppose, straight TikTok hunting. Today we are going to be hunting TikToks. All right. What I title this? Live TikTok debate. That's what we're doing. We're looking for them. My wheelhouse, I think where I'm most comfortable is probably when it comes to feminism, sexual dynamics. I'm not the best when it comes to Trump and tariffs for sure. I probably can't really argue the most in the affirmative case for tariffs. But as far as immigration and USAID stuff, I think I can make a good case for that. Another thing is, I think I'm gonna stay away from like the whole atheism stuff. Prove this or that, give me evidence. I think I'll stay away from that. But if you guys are having any audio issues, let me know in the chat and I'll make sure to correct them. Because on my end on OBS it'll show that it's working, but if it's not working for you guys, let me know. So let's see here. Let's get into it.
If to your father, tell me that.
My father? When I was, let me, I didn't beat my father, but I'll tell you this incident. When I was about 18 years old or something like that.
That's the causal.
Okay.
You can't implement
is the Holy Spirit, right?
Regardless of how different you are, it's not.
People, I already tell you.
In fact, essential that the government does pay for is that even if you, the individual, doesn't need it, doesn't mean that somebody else doesn't. So, and not just somebody else, many other people need it. Like a good example would be disability. Disability, a lot of people are not disabled, but a whole bunch of people are also disabled. Does that make sense?
Boys, right? Is this the person who raised me last
the
time?
idea for us
you aren't obligated to fund them.
Let me just find out. Let me just find out.
But the idea of like, I'm not going to fund this because it doesn't affect me is like it.
All right, let's let me just find out. If this is the same person, I'm gonna ask, like, what happened? Do you remember that one time I was having a discussion with you about rights? What happened with that? Like, you guys just cut off and then, do you remember that? Let me find them. If this is the person that I had a debate with on live, and they just up and left mid-debate. Let me see if this was actually them. Oh yeah, it was this one.
Issues, blah blah.
This has to be them. Women. Her name is on here. It's Coffin. Is this the same person? No, I guess it's not the same person. It's not the same person. They lucked out. They lucked out. Audio fine here. All right, thanks, Sake, man. Appreciate it. FFK. What does the FFK stand for? So we're gonna go into this live, I guess. You don't dislike feminism, you dislike women. Let's unpack this. Let's see what they're about.
You got to provide documentations and so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure they might even ask your income if that's the case.
Oh yeah, they definitely ask your income. Like disabled people, they cannot make over a certain amount of money or they will not get disability.
Yep.
So like even if they are working their stay-at-home job that they literally cannot commute or do anything for themselves other than that stay-at-home job, that makes them a decent amount of money, they cannot get disability if they make over the the economic threshold, which is crazy to me. Because why?
I think that amount is like close to like minimum wage, which is like $7.50.
It's way too low.
Yeah, I'm
Way,
like,
way, way
even
too
I was
low.
like, nobody can live on that wage. No offense. And if you can, props to you. I mean, I'm
Props to
happy.
you, but most people cannot.
But not everybody can.
Well, there
I
shouldn't
can't
be a
do that.
minimum wage to begin with.
There are what is the word? There are financial requirements for or like there are thresholds for other parts of, you know, benefits, like things like food stamps and low income housing. The threshold is extremely low. So if
Now, can I say one thing I think we can all agree on, which for the whole food stamps thing, because we all know where that comes from, which is us employed taxpayers.
Mm-hmm.
The one thing I can say the least is for people that are under the food stamps. Some of them I can look at and know damn well they don't deserve it because of
how can you look at somebody and know what's in their bank account?
Well,
I mean, when someone pulls up in a Lexus, you know, with the newest iPhone or something like that, that's questionable.
How do you know that the Lexus wasn't a gift?
Even if it is, if there's someone in their lives
more
willing to
importantly,
give them
how
a
do you
Lexus,
know that they
then
didn't get the Lexus on a discount?
even
doubt
then,
that
if
one.
it's like there's
see
no
how
way
it's
you're
just
getting a
discount.
Lexus, you know, a new Lexus for $5,000 or something. That those are premium luxury cars.
Maybe I should
Lexuses
do
are
yeah.
not.
You could also sell that for 50 or 60.
I guess.
Like that. That's
5 minutes.
already.
Yeah,
there's a
once
case
again,
to be
like,
made.
what if they got it as a gift? You don't know that.
Then if you were financially responsible, you'd sell it and use the
It's
money to
the
better
pocket
yourself.
watching is kind of crazy. I'm not gonna lie. The pocket watching is a little crazy.
I wouldn't say sell it, but if they did manage to get a Lexus, first thing I'm going to assume is they most definitely got it like broken.
And
before
here's
they
another
fix
thing.
it.
Here's another thing. How do you know that that is their Lexus and not someone else's? Ooh,
I'd be concerned.
oof.
I mean, I wouldn't.
A
want
lot of
somebody
people
who-
drive cars that are not theirs.
Sure,
I know.
but at the end of the day, if you're living off of money that is
For
not
F's
your
sake.
own, if you are living
I
off
get it,
of
that's
money that
funny.
is fundamentally stolen from
pretty funny.
taxpayers and given to you, it's absolutely fair to do the pocket watching.
It's not stolen. I mean, you can.
No,
you
it's not
have an
stolen.
Here's what's tea. You have the same way that I say this the same way that people talk about other topics. You have a choice. The choice is just your citizenship. Now, if that's something you want to do, you are fully within your rights to do so. But if you want to be a U.S. citizen, you got to pay taxes. Also, fun fact: immigrants also pay taxes,
Bruh.
which
Are you letting people
people
out, or is this
don't,
just this-
and not just like the
This is a circle jerk, just
like undocumented people pay taxes. That is a literal thing.
Yes, but there's still
So,
a net loss
it's
on
like
the system
it's one of those
statistically.
things where it's like, no, undocumented immigrants, there aren't really lots of services and things that you can get from the government if you are undocumented. You have
They are
to be-
still like I can pull sources on this from like house.gov. They are a net loss of 60 to 100 grand, like in their lifetime on the system. They are a net drain. They are not net contributors. While they do pay taxes, they ultimately cost taxpayers more than they pay into the system. That part's not debatable.
That is the thing is like poverty, to a certain degree of poverty, is like people say that most people do not escape poverty within what is the word, within their lifetime. That is a fact. Like if you look that up, that is
You're
a
born into
Yeah.
is the class you're gonna die in.
basically is
alive
what
in.
you're born into. Yeah.
So if you're born under the poverty line, you're
the likelihood.
what people got to understand is classism is a makeshift caste system. Okay, so that's what people mean when they say like people need help escaping poverty. That's why it's framed the way it is.
But yeah, I was thinking like for the food
Dang,
stamps,
my
I was
taxes
thinking
on
like a
fleek.
one thing I can say for as a
I'll
huge
be nice.
requirement
I'll be nice.
is to literally get tested for
1%.
like substances.
Oh.
Because there are some people that where I live that I know are on something, but yet they get food stamps.
Okay, cool. Like I'm not against that, right? I'm not against that.
There's some people who are against that though. That is like, why would you want to, test them for substances? Like because they can turn around and sell food stamps. They've done that. And if they can't, there's a way around it where they can use their food stamps for something else or like in some way. There's a way to do it when they give you a card or something. Because now they don't do like the checks or anything. They do like an
No,
actual
you
card
just get a
thing.
you get like a card. It's like a
Yeah.
like a EBT card or something like that is what it's called. Or
Yeah, it's an
SNAP.
EBT card. It's an EBT card.
Yeah, so the thing is like, I'm gonna be honest, but the thing is that we have to acknowledge is like, if you are lucky enough to not have been born into poverty, like extreme poverty, to where you would have need to survive off of said, government assistance. I hate to say this, but you're really not in a place to judge those that are.
Oh my gosh.
Oh no.
So it's like one of those things where it's like, I understand that, it might be a little bit frustrating, but at the end of the day, you don't live in low income housing. You do have the freedom to do things like travel and wear nicer clothes and enjoy, the luxuries of not being in extreme poverty. So my tax dollars going to people that are, I'm not going to care. I really don't care what they do with it. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, if you've ever experienced like what that looks like, what extreme poverty.
All right, I gotta reset it. Resetting it. And if you guys have any tips on how to run TikTok on the computer without all these weird quirks,
Okay.
Girl, come.
be interested.
Get the video going.
It's going.
Yo, I'm here hanging out with my daughter. I
think majority of people are working classes.
Like women.
17 through 29.
No, I was gonna do it. I don't know. I feel bad. Like I
feel real bad, but I don't want that to be the top.
All right, we got more people who want to put the child support. What science is, it's the study of not giving.
I can literally
see you are. However, I feel like it does a disservice when you put a broad paint over a brush over saying it's all men and not recognizing, for example, you stand up for women, correct? Whether you benefit from it or not, you stand up for women.
But
you're going to be there.
But again, you're not following through. What we're saying is, it's all men because all men are, no matter how much I stand up for you, I still benefit from the patriarchy.
Okay. I mean, I get that, but do you feel like by saying this or this, having this frame of thought, do you feel like this is creating more of a division?
No, what it's doing is making men think. Because here's what happens. If you give men an out, they take it. So if you said it's the majority of men, because you didn't want to say all, then you know what every man does? Hold on. You know what every man will do if they read it's the majority of men? They will say, oh, yeah, I agree, but it's not me. It's not me. It's none of them. None of them will. So when you say it's all men, you make them think and you make them say, what part do I play in this? Because as a man, they have to play a part in this automatically by existing.
Okay, with that same argument, if you say it's majority or most men, they can say no, it's not me, but it also allow them to give allow them to actually accept.
You cannot give them that. I cannot give men the right to believe it's not them because it is them.
If I may, so some men engage in harmful behavior. We can agree on that.
And so do women, though, as well.
Hold on. No, we're not talking about women. We're talking about men.
No. Hold on. No. We're being respectful here.
No, you're not.
Yeah,
you're over-talking me. I'm sorry. In your house, were you taught it was okay to interrupt people or over-talk them?
I was actually still talking.
No,
you came in and then
interrupted me. So be quiet. That's why I said no. I said no.
You're part of the problem.
I said no.
Okay.
Wait. I keep up here and I say silent.
Have the floor.
Oh, well, thank you. I really much appreciate that. So we can agree that some men engage in harmful behavior, but the others who aren't engaging that, they stay silent or they defend them. There are actually good men, quote unquote, that come up here and actually defend. And that's what you're doing right now. You have internalized misogyny that you really need to work on. You either can't comprehend what we're saying, or you have internalized misogyny.
You don't have to be condescending or rude.
I can't help it. I was raised that way. I was raised that way. I'm just participating.
No, you can have a conversation.
So you can engage in what I said. You can engage what I said.
Welcome.
See, there you go. There's your binky. You're acting like a child. So you can engage in what I said, not how I said it. Or you can continue to be misogynistic. You're doing exactly what so-called good men come up here and do. This is why I don't debate abortion with any man, pro-choice or pro-life. Of course. Keep the binky. You're going to need it.
Predictable.
That, ladies and gentlemen, chat, that was real-time internalized misogyny. It wasn't just that she had poor manners.
Yep. Yeah, there's somebody in the chat that said a woman up here, what'd you say? A woman up here defending men and blaming women is a wild take. W Page. Thank you guys for showing Paige some love.
Let me up soon.
Send a guest request if you think it's not all men. As long as you're over 18, welcome in.
Hello there. Can you hear me?
What's up, James? How old are you?
I'm 32. Can you hear me?
Oh, he's not loading in.
Dang it, dude.
Hello.
Hello, how old are you?
I'm 73 years old.
Okay, so you're here to be sarcastic and not have a real conversation?
Why would I be sarcastic? I'm not usually known as someone to be sarcastic when it's a serious topic and you sound like you're having a serious topic discussion.
You don't sound like you're 73.
Oh, no, okay, now. My wife is next to me. Yeah, because I've been taking vitamins for 53 years. And I have a cold right now. But anyway, listen, the fact of the matter is that men and women have to come into complementation.
I don't care. It just sounds like a lot of mansplaining was about to happen, and I'm not interested.
Could you request the mic on
What's up, Jet Set? How old are you?
I'm 43.
Bro,
Good evening,
what the
sir.
hell's going
Thank
on?
you so much for having me on.
Say again?
Thank you so much for having me on. I'm 43-year-old.
All right, great. Welcome up. What's up?
No, I'm really interested because I've literally just been flicking through, and recently there's so many signs that say it's all women, and now you've got a sign saying it's all men.
Who are you seeing? Where are you seeing a sign that says it's all?
All right. I have to check and see if I can use another player. I have to check and see if I can use another player because that one's not working. Sorry about that, guys. I went on and then all of a sudden the mic wasn't working, so I had to make sure my mic is working on my end. Yeah. More features. Settings. Audio. Broadcast stream mix. Let me just make sure the audio is playing on. Yeah, so we should be good. Chat mic is should be live. We're gonna try this again. Dang, man. So camera's messing up too. I'm gonna keep trying here. Is the mic muted?
Judged upon that, not because they have other good qualities as well. You're judged by everything you do. But
right, like if someone's a Yahtzee, we're going to use that word. Okay. We're not going to be like, oh, I'm going to be.
So why did they remove the name of God? That's a good question to ask.
I'm sorry.
Again, I have told you that there are women who want to work in construction. I know some personally. So your blanket statement that women do not want to work in construction is inherently false.
No, that's not the case. You thinking that I'm
Yes,
talking
it
about every
is.
single
You
woman
made a
on the
blanket
planet?
statement.
I'm not talking about every single woman on the planet. I don't know every single woman, but I've never seen a woman
But you
work in
still made a
construction.
blanket
So
statement.
you're taking it as such. Obviously, there's going to be any type of person that like to do anything at any particular time, but we can say in a majority, in general, we are not going to just see a 30 and 50 women building a freaking building. You're not going to see that.
Right.
Rarely would you see it if it's being seen.
Lucifer, can you confirm whether or not my autism is like completely misunderstanding what he is saying, or if my understanding is a valid
I'm autistic too, no
interpretation of the
worries.
statement?
I'm autistic too, no worries. We're on the same page.
Well, obviously our autism works differently, so I would like confirmation from Lucifer if my interpretation of your statement is just so far off base, or if my reading of it is at least slightly valid.
Honestly, I don't know entirely. I'm half in and out of it, and I apologize.
I'm just trying to find out your costume. I like your profile picture.
My own autism is not letting me register everything that is happening. I do understand a little bit of what is being said, but there's a lot of information coming at me at one time.
I do apologize.
And that is where I'm like halfway in between, which is why I kind of hit the share button and shared it to the people I know that can help me as well.
Thanks.
So look, I get where you're coming from, okay? We're all going to want to be what we want to be, feel how we want to feel. This is some things that we cannot change, and like the fact that we need air to breathe, okay? If we find a way to change that, and then awesome, you know, that's crazy that we find a way to change what's immutable, right? But guess what? I'm not trying to bring any harmful ideology from simply having to disapprove or disagreeing or a different point of view on this. In order for there to be trans, there has to be a definite definition in a male and a female, a man and a woman, a guy and a girl. Otherwise, there's no reason to call it transitioning. That's just like saying, how can you have gender dysphoria if gender is fluid? You know, it's almost like we're just trying to have complete liberation of the mind, where it's totally uninhibited, to where there's no truth and there's no lies, and it's pretty much how you feel in that time of day, and civilization can't get built upon that.
Yeah. Actually, if you're gonna make nuggets for us, you can go ahead and make some french fries.
But what I've noticed over the years is that TikTok has become this like woman's playground of gossip that they cannot portray in the actual world, and it sucks that y'all have to present to the internet on this app to be able to communicate, because the real world scares you too much. I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's not that the real world, quote unquote, scares us too much. It's that in the real world, our voices get muffled and shoved aside and talked over. Hi, Maddie.
Who the fuck do I have to deal with now?
Oogie.
Man, ready to go on.
Who? The guy next to Lucifer.
Well, it ain't like Russo. We can tell it.
Can't you just give me a break sometimes? Like,
I would love to.
What is their issue now?
They said
What
that
did you do to
trans
piss them
people lie about their gender.
Oh my dear God.
And it's Lucas Lucifer out right now. And I haven't even brought in the whole DID aspect.
You go outside. Children. Check. Grab the dog!
Are they letting people on or what, man?
You fucking dumbass. Good boy. Holy shit. Were those the diaper kids?
No, that's CJ and Max and Logan.
Well, they get what they get.
I'm
so.
fine! Giants outside!
Holy shit. Give me the dog. Okay. They ran.
The base of it.
I don't have the time to argue with your assholes right now, so.
Okay. So, Oogie. I mean, that works too.
They pissed me off. Okay, I'm going to hang out with the kids. Goodbye.
So there's no dissenters, which means I'm likely to come up. Hopefully my mic is working this time.
What when? You didn't even make a point.
Huh.
You got caught up on semantics and never even got to the debate part. Because you refused to respect the fact that I identify as male.
Oh no, we got ourselves a...
I will be right back.
Yep.
Give me just a few minutes and I will be right back.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, James, I'm going to disconnect you. Feel free to request back.
All right. Can you see my new request?
One second. Okay. Try now. Hi, Gordon. James, try to request again.
So there's an issue going on with Interesting. What does it say?
It's not saying anything.
Strange.
Try leaving and rejoining.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on with I've tried 2 emulators already. And for some reason I was able, all the videos that are on my YouTube channel are from me using emulators to get onto TikTok through PC, but for some reason the audio is not working. So let me try and troubleshoot this for a second. Let me just add some text real quick. . Troubleshooting emulator. Emulator. Troubleshooting emulator. Oh, that's freaking huge. So we're gonna do this live, guys. We're gonna do this live. Maybe I could ask ChatGPT about it. I am using an emulator. I'm using BlueStacks as an emulator too. But for some reason, it is no longer allowing me to join other panels. How can I fix? Looks like there's a TikTok can join live panels, but now it's not letting you join anymore. That would be due to a few things, especially check for TikTok emulator detection. TikTok has updated in the past to detect when it's running on emulators and restrict certain features, including live panel participation. Confirm it worked before, that nothing changed the BlueStacks settings or no. Fix. Try switching BlueStacks device profile to popular physical phone and under. Settings device profile. Okay. Go to the device profile and change settings, devices, advanced, performance, graphics, devices, preferences, phone. Changing the will delete the framework data. Let's save this. We're gonna go back on and see if it works. If I get rid of this here, this here.
Yeah, Harvard. Men.
You're not saying check me.
But I thought
he didn't get. He's gonna pretend he got kicked. Peanut.
No, I did. I kicked him.
Oh, you did.
JW.
He got kicked by
He's
a
like, I
dude.
got sick of that shit.
I was just sitting there like, boot him.
Just yapping.
So, you know what's funny about that?
I haven't talked to her.
So was that guy really mean to me? That video I showed you?
Yeah, I was checking it out. Like, I don't know. People just don't know how to be positive. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and then I blocked him right after he said he didn't believe,
Our culture. I have no interest in you understanding my culture.
Things, hold on. And there's no sort of garden. And they think whatever, then all of a sudden listening to you down in the
You born? Oh, give me a second. I need to go to Google.
The cubes?
I don't know, like a fanboy.
There's somebody else talking at
the ritzy.
Get everything anyways, but like that's why I have read receipts on. If I didn't read your message,
and if you're not prepared, if you are not prepared,
go on.
Converts from the snap.
Hello.
Hey, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, and yourself?
Okay.
All right.
A deep rooted energy that they trying to like channel from their
example, if you were to ask me, let's have a discussion.
Yes, I was.
But
My
if you
children
are,
are not.
if you are
Maybe it's because
experiencing,
I'm not
DB,
doing this verification thing. Let me try and reset it.
Make him feel better, Coda. Oh, stinky bitch.
No, he's not even in here anymore.
He's okay.
Do you think he brought the knife with the intent to harm? What's good, Travis, Jeff? There's a lot of people in here. What's good? Nobody wants to join. Somebody can join. Y'all can join if y'all want to.
As like proof for any. What did you say to me?
When the guy was like, he sounded drunk, and I said, no, to be fair, she's coming to laugh before she sounded exactly like that.
Did you say that?
Yeah.
I didn't hear you say that.
So can I get an apology and thank you, please?
You're pushing it.
I have it. Like, make it neat.
Carmelo Anthony.
Now food costs.
Yeah, I notice when I drink ginger tea.
Yes, ginger tea.
And now we just want to blame the other gender and say, well, look, but it's the men and all of that. But look,
resurrection or the second coming.
Go back and forth.
Do that whole like
steak and potatoes and all this wild shit. You don't know, look, get a guard.
Ain't no sardine, boy.
Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Yo ass, look, you'll be okay.
Call the cracker ass N-word. Make that make sense. It doesn't make any sense. That's the point. Nothing makes sense.
Sometimes, and that's where it comes down to. Like, sometimes I wondered about the schooling some people got.
You know nothing about.
Because apparently,
I don't know what they're talking about.
There is
I
such
can't
thing
go
as
back home.
women's rights. I would
can't.
be literally off for some of the views that I have saying that.
The rapture, the tribulation, and
Still looking here.
I'm very careful.
Why not?
Because it's the ghetto.
Scott, hey, appreciate it, man. Just trying to get this TikTok
So are you lusting the white woman,
working.
man?
But
That GPS says the King Boulevard. If it's past 6 o'clock, I'm not going.
I should be. Hopefully, I'm trying to troubleshoot this issue right now.
What you saying now?
Stopping by.
I'm on my way to be a
get into a debate.
I'm on my way to be a passport bro to hopefully.
Like my calf cow.
Oh. Yeah, coming in my live and then talking about I'm tired of you.
you will ask Jesus because he's.
You got confused with the first one, so look.
You see how like you start talking to people that look at stuff differently.
Ladies,
And
have you given up on marriage? If so,
I didn't.
Perspective is just feels insane to me.
Go with it because I'm not sure what you're saying.
And they use those
Yeah, I agree with that.
as defense mechanisms, and it's harder to discuss those topics because there is.
Hey, it's your boy. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy, No Neck J.
The big little bumpy, the big little bumpy, the big little bumpy.
Not baby can.
To ask your age or of God.
Yeah, that's me. I got you. Okay. I thought it wasn't good to have a long conversation with God. If you want to have a conversation with God.
Let's see.
Of Africa.
It's like you're flicking through the radio channels on GTA.
So,
I remember that
is
back in
science,
GTA 3 when we were playing as that dude
right?
with the green pants.
Is religion
Or basically all
right?
of them, right? Even in Cyberpunk, it's the same thing.
Are they
channels.
conflicting?
Yeah, I'm just trying to find a good one because all of them's been like either religion or Trump terrorists, which I'm not really good at.
Are they actual?
God, it became pixelated.
Liking femboys can be more straight than liking some men.
Goku Souls Productions.
That the blood of Jesus.
Since I was a kid, because I always felt like I was in fight or flight mode. And
So it's your back camera, and then choose your.
It is what it is.
Anyways.
You can't
Set.
play MAGA and
Set.
believe in the Constitution.
it's been a little bit of a while.
Because I heard this, because I heard that. Nuh-uh. Nuh-uh. Look, that's a fucking argument. Nuh-uh.
I can't. Nobody can prove.
Welcome in,
welcome in.
Could you date someone who votes completely opposite of you?
When you look at it, when you look at the when you looking at the mesh folks, them the people
She speak?
Ain't now one of you niggas gonna fuck with me. God been covering me for 45 years. You think he gonna stop now? You think he gonna stop protecting me now?
With the kids and stuff like that, he really didn't do that. And so I think that was beautiful that he acknowledged that, because a lot of times, you know, some dads or some fathers or husbands may think because I'm in the home, you know, because there's a difference between being
Yeah, like we would have to.
God is giving you.
Don't focus on the federal.
Indian tribes of Louisiana.
Chill out.
Ain't got nothing
Stand
to do. White women who only date black women are racist. Who only date black men are racist.
And so there's 13 volumes. There's hundreds.
We are in for a major debate. So if I were you, before the
In the stream, just gonna. Are we? Is it start stream? Yeah. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
What I'm doing right now to go be an A&R over there.
Probably number 1 is Lex. Number 2, probably Darkseid. Number
Your name, and who said, who the fuck called him NATO?
This is what happened, because I don't think Hector, were you there? No. For that?
Was it in Brett's slide? Probably not.
Yeah. So.
No, I didn't say anything.
Okay, Colton.
Power doesn't naturally transfer from one to another entity. It is something
Just above it.
I was born with.
I was born with it.
Oh, all right.
Across, like that's like the
Hinduism
biggest flex.
is
My
true.
God never got nailed to a fucking
Across the world.
The hairdresser.
Whoa, I'm a trans.
I don't
What's
go
up
to-
with all this transmission stuff, man? So many car parts around here. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
pretty,
we're-
flipping
What's
through the
your
channels on TV.
What y'all doing with your life?
It was Samplo. I don't see.
I think
Guess what? We believe in the word and we read what the Most High says, and we are not gonna add and subtract to it because.
Why
MAGA TDS hotline. That's interesting.
What's up, Hunter Walker?
Yeah, man, good to see you, my friend. Thank you for the support. Cedric drops the heart. Is that 7 more after Cedric?
Everybody get.
Yeah, it's pretty much
Whatever I
same
want to
thing,
do.
right?
Okay.
I'm running into people.
We'll go to
people
4.
streaming their goats.
We'll just try it and see
Apex
what happens.
Legends, other video games.
For
people
breast
talking
cancer,
about
I have a
there's
higher
another
risk for
transmission part.
a stroke and other things. So
An
you know,
obvious
for
man
me,
with a wig.
when I heard stroke,
Just want to cool. What do I do?
I can't come on.
I guess I probably need to get into the trans stuff, huh? Just for the sake of the content.
Mike's on
Tekken. Somebody playing Tekken.
Yeah. A little.
Vice.
A beard.
Some dude playing with his beard. Some dude playing,
Bigger bananas, please.
a nice smartphone game.
I had. Did you ever?
The times I've been watching, like everything is now just me. I ain't got time for nobody. It's so annoying. It's so dragged out. It's so irritating.
I always say it's funny how a Mexican can stand on the side of the road and sell oranges and go home and still get respect.
Exactly.
I don't understand, like, why is the factory worker not respected? Like, all these girls out here, I was just on this app called Nextdoor. I seen this lady talking about a lot of men unaliving women. And, after they get dumped or whatever. And I'm like, well, it goes on. What type of men are these women picking? They love these dudes who are in and out of jail, prescription drugs and stuff. And like, you have to discern between the type of men who you want to be associated with. Cause there's good dudes who working in these factories every day. Most of these, they don't even see them. They only see 3 out of 10 men.
Let me tell you, it's this, like, literally, it is, I'm so glad you said that, because I be trying to, like, the best men are the hard work. Like, I don't care, they can say the corporate men, that ain't they're the ones that like to be slick. I mean, they cool and all, but it's the ones that's hard working, that's in the factories, that's really good men. Like, it was someone on here last week, he was saying, like, at his job, it was a white guy, a Mexican guy, and a black guy. They all get different type of lunches.
I think they're actually going to be agreeing with me. I'd rather
Hey.
have dissenting.
Can I get your age, please?
I'm
19.
off with closed
Okay.
doors. Healthy debate. All right. Well,
Rude. I was just
don't
being
trade
extra.
authenticity for approval.
Who wants to be that?
You'll get blocked or muted.
How's work?
Randomly
Excelled. You understand?
I appreciate you guys who are here watching me try to find trying to find a debate. Why does all men blah 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 blah, which okay, upset you so much? Hopefully it looks like their channel is not. This could be a good one. Well, she's not talking. Wow. Now all the lives are.
I heard them not.
Okay, they're loading. They're loading again.
Comment. Hello,
I'm
Mama Bean.
Silocene. I'm a part of the alphabet.
Yeah, I'm too.
Me.
Yeah,
This is the low because.
Yeah, I'm not good.
Should women serve in combat? It's a full panel.
Had no options,
Suppress.
right?
I have to suppress this anger.
Yeah. Okay, stuck.
We need 10 respect. We need to respect women and allow them to return to to their traditional roles.
Well, so sorry. Can't even play like that. But you guys are.
Unless I get one used, then
Yeah, we'll have a conversation. What's up, Tasha? So I need you
to better understand the translation because
Luis Benitez, gracias.
Trip Ski for show. How's it going?
Try to see the date.
I'm a furry. Ask me.
Okay, okay. So listen to this.
So,
Here's what I want to show you.
Oh, boogie party going out.
I like the American Legion too, but the VFW.
Donald Trump.
Like you could sell.
I mean, they know I ain't from over here.
Unless you were not there.
Yes, Mira. Your spirit did not lead you to me, brother. We were together yesterday.
Do you know D-Way?
Let's say flower of her age means mental, physical, and emotional.
Do nothing.
I swear.
That's another fact, people. So we are in trouble, people. We are in a big shit. Yeah, we're in a big trouble, people. Big trouble.
Maya.
What the heck?
Obviously,
mistakes along the way. I don't think they ding you
all right, man.
for that. Like they don't give you like points or nothing like that. Mine went away.
So I'm running into two problems. The first problem
They know the truth
not much
about.
debate.
Wait,
double check.
Hold on, allow me to
Listen
speak.
to
They keep the
tradition.
profitable. You guys were fine. What are you talking about?
I guess I can go on, maybe I can
I'm
go
going
on
to say
panels
this
where
one more
where it
time.
might be
The
good.
reason why Canada sells to us at a discount.
Maybe I can go into panels where they might be agreeing with me, but it seems like it's not going to be that good of a.
Welcome.
Other than science, right? And the theory.
I don't even know why she did that to herself.
I know.
Cause the movement sweet. It ain't like other games. Like the movement. The movement is awesome.
Conversation was about. I was like, yeah.
yeah, I mean,
I swear you said
Trans woman. Oh, here we go.
So let me
Send it to you on WhatsApp, okay?
Okay, that's good.
Okay. Okay, brother. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Where you going on?
When he said that he's gonna revoke the city.
I know my report, man.
It's a very powerful and impactful book. In case
You want to come, you can come, but you ain't coming like that in my group.
I respect that.
Respond.
Q and Kelly, y'all need to make a podcast.
Words.
Men. Well.
Galactic Federation.
Hey, Leia.
What?
Yeah, because you gonna tangle your whole line up. There you go.
Once again, you're listening through your trauma only, and you're.
Looking for a partner. People listen to Ride and Pony.
Hi, I'm sorry. I don't know.
It's a bunch of trans rights activists online. Somebody's playing.
I had no stamina.
Ones. Okay.
Women are natural leaders.
How can they be present
Women are
and
natural
before
leaders.
and after the flood?
Our men are the real.
But then at the same time, the sentence says that God wiped out all ungodly people, including the giants.
How can men be
All of them, all of the evil people. Why did David have to contend with, you know?
Man, black people can never spell correctly. I guess I'm one of them, but golly, man.
A regular man's mind. The Bible is twisted, and it twists the truths and all that kind of shit. I don't have time for that. Oh wow, she said restart. She can't hear nothing. Okay.
Emotional service animals. There's a furry.
It's been a while.
Yeah,
Wizard TikTok.
it's been a tiny bit, but
Two Tips, how are you doing, brother? The preacher says I'm good. Thank you, God, for keeping us safe. Amen to that.
Yeah, I grow spicy. Yeah.
I don't know.
Trump is destroying America. Here we go.
The
I already
yeah,
met this guy one
the
time.
burning's probably tomorrow.
He's starting to just like really hit me.
yeah.
You understand?
Little thing beside.
Yeah.
I gotta go grab it.
I love having the conversations about God.
Steve ended up getting ejected out the country because he was doing some nasty foolishness, and Dennis ended up going back.
Get blocked. So mods, if you are out there, it's not even mute. We just block.
And
Big on Afro, and it's giving everything. It's like,
But we have to have faith.
You have to. Yeah, you're right. You're right. But yeah, I used to sit and daydream of like.
So we're gonna do a Tabitha Brown.
So I'm doing that. But can you hear me? I don't even know if you can hear me. Put a one in
The story, because it's really a long story.
There's a glare on like the car.
Yeah, I think.
Well, since we're
I think I've been on the
for a
live.
debate here, I'm scrubbing through all the freaking debates trying to
What's
get
your
one.
new voice?
How's your day
Yeah,
going?
no.
Whoever's in chat.
Jesus.
What the fuck, prophets lies? But did you consult your holy father, your holy mother?
no,
You know.
come on.
What's up, furry gamer?
Oh, why did I support? Okay, I can't join.
So
So I'm gonna share some of my stories. I just need a mod to come up.
I definitely have some internalized.
Well, I guess I'm really just still trying to learn the
No.
Show you some love.
One's moving up.
Wait, does he have ball hacks?
Your front door. You have double stun. I got 20 in that door.
No.
All right, I'm gonna try to get the base.
God's word. Keep.
welcome in. In Jesus, will God bring with?
That's what I grew up with.
King say he's shower.
Yes.
You'll be able to negotiate a lot better.
Lily wear an outfit that
in a notebook, and I need you to run the play on Monday in your business, okay? Hello, Serenity. Hello.
Yeah.
Like, I wouldn't mind.
Hey, looking good, guys.
This evening.
Popping in.
So in the comments.
You can chill.
Like, oh my god,
Try
the
to put my
entire
makeup on
hallway
with septum
stank.
piercing.
Like,
Trash. Get. Yo. Deep.
Of hypotheticals that much, but sometimes.
Well, hell.
NBA debates.
There's something on the screen.
one that
DJ,
passed away from Goodwill?
Jesus has a son.
That's what I'm thinking.
Somebody doing tarot cards. Trans women belong in women's. Oh, here we go with the trans stuff. Somebody looks like a,
other people, and you
as women, okay?
Of trans people.
Oh my god.
Not us. We're on your side, baby.
Oh no, I meant the trans people are scared of Charlie.
Referee and
Hey, bro, work.
Oh my god.
party for the United States.
They had $1 million
Yeah.
Y'all better move out the way. I'm on the left.
Part of town. I grew up in this part of town. I don't give
I know myself.
Important to note that the primary context for the goal.
Shooting.
You know, that's.
Dentro da igreja. Because I make my own hand sanitizer.
Nothing.
That's bleach.
Nothing. Nothing here. Nothing.
But don't they?
How long have I freaking been scrolling for?
Yolanda, saludos, mis amigos hasta Miami, dice por aquí presentes.
Excuse the bachata music real quick. Look what happens every time I
Oiga, mi gente bonita, ya es fin de semana. Vámonos con 2 horas de pura buena música.
So that's what I have to do every time I get on. So look, every time. Verify to continue. How can I verify if I can't see the damn... I can't verify. There's an image of it. I have to do this every single time. Church.
You're standing up.
Okay, why are we still divided?
How can we change this?
We are all humans until race disconnected us. Religion separated us.
So
Well,
a lot of us
politics
were
divided
talking
us,
about
and
being still divided, especially in wealth. So wealth is like a huge thing I've noticed because when there is a lack of middle class, for example,
let's see what she talk about.
it's going to be more competitive. Everyone's going to be at each other's necks because now you're seeing a imbalance of power and like wealth. So individuals are not going to be able to have the resources to make change or even to seems like this easier way because I know it's hard. So
it's not really much
a very sensitive flower. It is something that requires gentleness, openness.
Fuck.
Pro-life, pro-choice. You can't claim MAGA and believe in the Constitution. You can't even join that live. Pro-life versus pro-choice. No, it's not.
I want to do the trans
We have a
lot, man. I appreciate that.
Those subs are really good. Because I didn't.
A place called the Mexican Garden.
Monday night R&B, Sunday night R&B. Live.
Yeah, here we go.
Maybe.
I mean, this feels a little bit like...
So what's your fear about marriage? Besides getting knocked over the washing dry.
Good afternoon, Cyrus the Elder.
I don't know
Sounds
how I
like
have
you
any.
sound like
Now that I'm marrying you.
Old Testament scholar here. Cyrus the Elder.
Dad, you know he gets put on the rape.
Day 108 of trying to get a gift.
That means. Anyway.
God isn't real, prove me wrong. Can a person stop their promiscuous ways and activities once in a relationship or marriage, or is they more likely to still do what they want to do? If a person doesn't like you enough to commit to you, is that a red flag, Are you concerned that they have long-term issues? Why is more responsible for breaking up? All right, I think they're...
Fire burns you to ashes. Harabasaya. In the days of...
Yep. Sorry, our president is a bag of...
Back on track. You know what I mean? Hey.
Random black dude talking. What am I asking by playing Halo? I'm saying looking good, man.
Dude, and then they do something, and I'm like,
Waslul aula. Tuh, bacanya kita boleh.
Maybe just
Down the
maybe.
reality of how to communicate.
Maybe
Yeah, for
just
sure, bro.
Maybe.
And we want to
Go back
thank this.
online.
Go put it on his Trump toupee.
Maybe just maybe I can go back online. I can try and fix this reporter problem having to verify myself every time.
What up, people? This is the last.
But I don't think the viewers are going to want to hear Dustin. Like being Dolly. Feel me?
Let's go.
Hating on this.
The Book of Mormon. Butt booster. Butt booster pills. What the heck is going on, man?
Actually, just took us off.
Yeah, I am.
I came straight out my mama.
Give their best argument to convince me to join either the Democrat or the Republican.
No, thanks for asking.
And my babe said, he said, babe, you're blocking her now? I said, yep, I'm blocking her on everything right now. He said, okay.
Yo.
So, Lauren.
Fought that one Invincible.
It's my art.
Let's backslash.
Be great.
Yeah, leash program.
Come on. So we're going to start.
I just want to say that when you see me at Starbucks with a water and strawberries on my TikTok, you better like it because I'm going to be...
I've been too overjoyed.
It ain't looking good, guys.
Anyone else can relate because my heart is not the same. My heart is cold.
Perhaps we're gonna come back on later tonight.
My heart is so cold and it never...
I had to fix this verification thing.
Can we lose our salvation? Nope.
Guys, man. Alright, well, I want to apologize for today. Today is relatively a bust. I do thank anybody who's still here or who was a participant. I was trying my best to find a debate. It didn't work out. FFK, Soggy Man, Cyrus the Elder. Appreciate you guys for coming on. Scott. Yandel. You don't really even need to drop a like on this one because this is a freaking bust. This is the worst stream I've had in a very long time. Me just attempting to get a debate and failing at it because either TikTok is acting up. So once I get this thing figured out, I'll be back online tonight. If I get it figured out. If I don't, then... So what I'll do is I'll just catch you guys in the future. Hang tight for another stream of mine. Maybe towards the night. The TikTok panels will be a bit more prevalent because it was really slim pickings. But I'll catch you guys in a little bit. All right.